and S&P. And I don't think I have seen as many uncertainties in the industry as we talked about earlier today. And closing of Strait of Hormuz is adding on those, top of those uncertainties. So we have a loaded session, consultants from 3 global consulting firms here with us just before lunch. I hope they'll be able to fix the excess capacity and low price problem during this.
I put this slides 2 weeks back. I'm putting that because I don't know what I was going to say today because things changing too fast. Fortunately, I have something to say that yesterday's news that the east to west pipeline seems to be under heat. And as of now, we don't see any damage for now. But as you know, the feedstocks from the Middle East and all these crude oils, logistics, under a lot of pressure. Saudi Arabia was actually utilize this east to west pipeline to maximize this, their exports from the crudes. So they have ramped up to around 5 to 7 million metric tons of this by utilize the pipeline. So I think this is the very latest message I can share because what I decided is that I want to talk about a bit more structured way because as you know, March is a very volatile markets within this month. And what I want to talk is because looking at the recent dramatic changes, it makes me think that the important parts to be looked back is actually the feedstocks and the integration matters. You hear a lot about the PVC markets under whether it's an oversupply situation for these 2-3 years, whether the demand is actually pick up and then to support the oversupply. We have talked about these, I have been talking about this for long. I think I want to stick to what it should be and from region to region to look at what is the business model looks like because I show you this slides. It's actually all the background that resulting in the recent, the PVC markets and all these high costs. The problems was coming from the Northeast Asia. If you look at the pie chart, this is actually what is the ethylene being produced by which kind of a source. So you can see naphtha is actually account for more than 90% in Northeast Asia. That was actually one of the major...
My presentation today is about the future of trade flows in the global PVC market, driven by changes in capacity and policies. First, let's look at some historical trade patterns. China's PVC resin exports have done very well since 2020, rising to 4 million metric tons in 2025. What's equally impressive is that despite all the trade measures, Chinese products made of PVC continue to enjoy higher export volumes. While the exports of Chinese PVC products, such as flooring and ceilings, suffered a decline last year, the big increase in the other major PVC products more than made up for that. So together, the exports of PVC products supported the consumption of more than 3 million metric tons of PVC resins in China itself. This is roughly the entire domestic demand of PVC in Southeast Asia. Where have Chinese PVC products been heading to? Flooring and ceiling products face tremendous pressure into the US markets in the past few years, and that intensified in 2025. However, demand from Asia has been expanding steadily, and the rest of the world keeps growing their appetite for Chinese PVC flooring and ceiling products. Consequently, you see that in 2025, the total exports of PVC flooring and ceiling products were rather stable through the year. As for the other major PVC products, all regions saw higher import demand for Chinese supplies in the past few years, including for 2025. In this chart, I compared the export.
Good afternoon. Thanks for your patience. Very honored for the invitation here, and it's really great to see my distinguished peers and distinguished guests. So just a small introduction about me. I'm Jonathan from ICIS. 8 years here, and started as a price reporter, all the way up to senior editor, and this year I just started as a market analyst with a little bit more, price forecast, kind of additional scope. So, I think today we just want to crystallize because, since the morning till now, I think everybody who's in the audience is really an expert on PVC market conditions today. So I think we just want to have a little bit more free-flowing conversation about the crystallize some of the thoughts that are going through our minds today. So just a real quick look, 4 points on our agenda is the key quick events, and then we see that Asia will continue to be the leading influencer of growth. Okay, despite the uncertainties, we're going to see, the forces, the key things that will define international PVC trade in the years ahead. And lastly, why this year is different from previous years. So on to our first agenda, just a really quick recap of the pricing situation for the last 5 years. 2021 was record highs. US deep freeze, energy prices skyrocketed. But then, as we came closer to the present over the past 4 years from 2022 to 2025. We've discussed it countless times. PVC oversupply situation has caused price drops. Recently, for the first quarter of this year, particularly concentrated in the last 5 weeks, average prices for PVC.
And Association Media, we request you to proceed down to the Jade Ballroom. Jade. So Elite Plus team is out there.